The meaning of intellectual property is intellectual property refers to legal rights that protect creations of mind. As the name goes, intelligence comes from mind, and that intelligence creates some property, that is intellectual property. Do you know what are all these emblems, designs, where we can identify the brand? So, with just these, we can identify certain brands. Just with the color scheme, just with the name, we can identify certain things related to that business. Both are coffees and both price varies. So, this price enhancement is just because of the value addition created through IPR, which is intellectual property rights. So, let's begin Unit 1 of IPR laws. So, these include inventions, literary and artistic works, designs, symbols, names, images used in trade and commerce. So, IP rights allow creators to control the use of their creations and benefit from their innovations. So, without any use, we don't invent something. So, to benefit from our inventions and innovations, so IP rights is helpful for us. So, the objectives of IPR are listed here. So, to protect the creators, such as inventions, literary and artistic works, design, symbols, etc., and to encourage their innovation and creativity by giving legal rights, to provide exclusive rights, and to prevent unauthorized use, to promote fair competition, support technology, and to balance public interest. So, here, without any encouragement, we won't do anything. So we need encouragement to pursue something. So that encouragement is given by the rights. So the legal rights, which is not allowing anyone else to use our stuff, which is given exclusively for us as a special right. So that creates IPR. So that will promote fair competition and boost economic growth because it is used in commercialization, and this will balance the rights of creators and public interest. So, the nature of IPR here, as it is a property which is created from our minds of the people, this is intangible. Intangible means which we cannot feel and touch. We cannot feel through the touch. There is air, but we can't touch it or feel it. I mean, we can feel, but we can't touch. So, feel or touch, we need to do both. So, neither not felt or not touched. So, that is called as intangible. So, goodwill is an intangible asset. It is a good name. We can't see it. We can only feel it. So, IPR is an intangible asset. It's intangible in nature and it is a statutory right. So every IPR is governed by certain laws. Trademark has its own laws, patent rights has its own laws. So this is a right given by the statute, a statutory right. And this is given exclusively for the creators and the owners to do stuff, to make money out of it. So this is a exclusive right and it is territorial. So I have something in my place and I can't sue somebody using it in another part of the world. So if I registered here in India, only that is effective. Only I can sue people from not using it in India. So that is a territorial right. Unless and until I don't have separate registration, so I can't enjoy everywhere. So that is territorial right here. And it is a time bound one. Like trademark has its own limit, copyrights has its limit of owner's life plus 60 years. Only after 60 years after my death I will have, or my heirs will have money out of it, can make money out of it, then it will go public. So those kind of stuff, every act has its own time limits. So negative rights, it's not a right, it's giving me to do everything, rather than it is a right given from stopping others from doing it, which means I have an patent, I can stop another one to use it. So that is a negative right. Without my permission, they can't proceed. And this is a transferable asset. We can assign it, license it, and inherit it. So copyrights can be inherited after till 60 years. So patent and designs can be inherited. The protection of plant varieties and farmers' rights give rights for farmers. And GI goods, it can also inherited indirectly because the creators, let's take people who are making Kanjipuram silk sari, their juniors, their hires who are doing the same kind of production can inherit the title of a GI creator as a licensed creator. So they can inherit the rights, and it is enforceable by law. So these infringement can be legally challenged in the court of law. So this is the nature of IPR till now, and we can get into a historical background of IPR. So it has an interesting story behind it. Before even India has become independent, we had rights of IPR, and it is enjoyed by the creators and the inventors. So during colony period itself, the need for patent laws, need for IPR rights has started, and patent was the first right to be recognized as an IPR, intellectual property right. So in 1856, Act 6 is the first patent law found, and then at 1911 there is a consolidated act. After all the amendments from 1856 to 1911, all those 67 years, there were numerous small acts in separate provinces, and all were consolidated, and Indian Patents Act of 1911 is started by then. I mean, consolidated and made. Until 1970, it was in effect, and in 1970, Indian Patent Act. So it is the major act when it curbed the foreign monopoly on pharmaceutical industry. So this is the first act we could say related to curbing monopoly of pharmaceutical industry by then. So in 1995, India has become the member of TRIPS by being a member in World Trade Organization. And then in 2005, so we had numerous product patents introduction and all. So this is the things related to product. In the meantime, in 1957, we had Copyrights Act, and trademarks is also recognized as a separate intellectual property in 1999, and designs were separately the industrial designs. So it had a separate act of 2000 by then, and plant varieties act is recognized in 2001, and in 2005 again the amendments, the product and patent introduction happened in the act. So 2005 patent act so amendment, and in 2012 copyrights act had an amendment. So these are all the history from pre independence era to till now in intellectual property. So the laws related to intellectual properties. So first one is Patent Act. We can remember in this order. The first right to be recognized in India is patent. So the Patent Acts come first. Patent Act 1970. And it had its amendment in 2005. And then the second right to be recognized in India is copyright. The old acts still same. So Copyright Act of 1957. So that is the first act, and it was not recognized before. So that is the first parent act. Copyright Act is 1957. So it protects books, music, films, softwares, artistic works from copying it. And then Trademarks Act of 1999, the third recognized one. So it protects brand names, logos, symbols, which is helped to build brands. And Geographical Indications Act of 1999. So it protected the products linked to a specific place. So a place, a nature, the production technique, so all were protected by this Geographical Indications Act. So this promotes region specific products. The Protection of Plant Varieties and Farmers Act 2001 protected plant breeders and farmers. So I can be a big company, I can do an R&D, I'll make a seed and I can make monies out of it. But farmers, the end of the day, farmers are the people who is feeding us. So in that scenario, their rights to be safeguarded. Every time, just because of I have patent, it doesn't mean for every 6 months for seeding they need to come back. They can inbreed and they can do it. So those kind of plant varieties and farmers' rights were recognized in 2001. And the Designs Act 2000 protected the shapes, pattern, appearance of a product. So Coca-Cola bottle, the Pepsi bottle, those designs is a separate patent. The semiconductor integrated circuits layout designs, that is shape, pattern, appearance of a Coca-Cola bottle or a Pepsi bottle or the color of Fanta. So all of those were designs that will give us separate appearance, separate shape. So those were the IPR, which is safeguarded through Designs Act of 2000. And Semiconductor IC Chips Designs Act protected the chips layout designs. And Biodiversity Act protected biological resources and traditional knowledge. So just because it is not patented, it doesn't mean that you can now get a patent and you can make money out of it. It is already there. It is already there. So it can't stop us from using it. So these kind of rights. So we all know turmeric is an antibiotic and we don't have any patent for it. We everybody know it's a traditional knowledge transferred generations by generation. Now people who are all in other side of the world, they can't just get a patent in turmeric and they can't make money out of it, and they can't stop them to using those items just because they have patents. So those kind of things were safeguarded in Biological Diversity Act of 2002. So we can remember what are all the acts or what are all the types of IPR with this mnemonic. So the mnemonic is please come to get delicious plants and smart babies. So don't try to get a meaning out of it. It's just a mnemonic. Please come to get delicious plants and smart babies. So please come to get delicious plants and smart babies. P for please, C for come to, T for to, G for get, D is delicious, P for plant, smart, semiconductor, B for babies. P, C, T, G, D, P, S, and B. So this is the simple mnemonic which you can remember according to the different types of IPR. Here, all of those in a mind map to remember. So intellectual property, this has industrial designs, copyrights, plans, and industrial designs as a patent, trademark, trade secrets, utility model. Plant is a new plant variety and a traditional knowledge. So for related to plants, we have separated two laws. One is new plant varieties, one is traditional knowledge. That is also safeguarded. And industrial designs, so trademarks, trade secrets, utility models were related to industries. And copyright is a separate artistic domain. So this mind map is related to the domain. So these are all for related industries. These are all for plants, and this is a separate domain which is a creative domain. Yeah, thank you. Let's proceed with the Indian Patents Act and what is patent and let's dig more into it. Thank you. Please stay tuned.